Hello and welcome to the Cosmic Weather Report live with Mark Borax. I'm Marcella Eversole, and we're looking forward to another month's report here, streaming live on Places. And we have a couple of announcements. First off, our monthly tribal drumbeat program is in motion. We've just adding our different offerings for this year, sort of 1 week, 1 month at a time. And I just wanted to remind folks that the Venus cycle, Radiate Your Creative Fire, which is all about tracking with the planet Venus as she moves into the descent part of the cycle, is in full gear and underway, and that's going to be one of our offerings this year. And then Mark's Sun Signs for Our Times is also another part of that program, and that will be happening on Saturday, October 28th at 3:30 if folks want to hop into the Tribal Drumbeat program before that next class happens. And then we are going to be doing a show together, Mark and I, as part of Tribal Drumbeat, and that's going to be Mystic, Rapture, and French Fries, where we're going to go into some of the astrology behind being star-crossed lovers. So we're looking forward to experimenting with that new program. And lastly, Mark is going to be traveling to New Jersey the first weekend of November and has 2 talks scheduled, one on November 4th and the other on November 5th. And I'll put the details in the chat. So for any of you that are in the New York metropolitan area or in New Jersey, we would love to see you live in person for a couple of talks that will be happening there. So now, before we turn our attention to see the awakening from amnesia, the new moon in eclipse in Libra, I just want to say thank you to Mark Borax for his solidity in continuing to come on and share his wisdom, and also for being one of those pioneers who hopped on the mystical astrology bandwagon early on. And it's really so sweet to see the world opening up more and more to some of the basic art forms that have actually guided cultures throughout history. So I just want to open it up here, Mark, and thank you so much for continuing to bring your brand of magic to all of these different social media channels.
Thanks, Marcella, and welcome everybody to the CWR Live, the Cosmic Weather Report, Awakening from Amnesia, the new moon eclipse in Libra. There's a feeling in the air these days of major events in the cosmic weather. Pluto has recently gone direct and is going to be marching between now and the spring through the final stages of Capricorn before it enters Aquarius, though it's also going to be going back into Capricorn one more time again. And that and the eclipse of October 14th at 1:55 p.m. Eastern time in 22 degrees Libra. This whole year with the dragon's tail, also known as the south node of the moon, in the sign of Libra, the call has gone out for authentic camaraderie. And this is the province of Libra, which is my own sign. And I pretty much set out on the search for authentic camaraderie when I was about 5 years old, even though I didn't call it that then. I started looking for my soulmate. And it's really necessary at this time to learn the difference between authentic connection and all the other kinds. But the thing about authentic connection, which is in the karmic field right now, because every sign that the dragon's tail or south node of the moon is in raises the karma of the species, so that the versions of less authentic union that we've inherited from the past get transformed to something new. And pretty much the future of the world depends on this, because unless we find new ways to relate to each other, we're pretty screwed. And learning authentic camaraderie is based upon learning authentic selfhood, how to be in relationship with yourself. So we have a real dramatization of that issue, because that's what happens during a solar eclipse. During any kind of eclipse, the corner of the zodiac where the eclipse takes place is irritated, amplified, dramatized, exaggerated. Eclipses are the wild cards of the zodiac. They cut across the otherwise predictable movements of the planets through the signs. And so those points become sensitive, usually for 6 months or 12 months or 18 months, that point. So what we're talking about is awakening from amnesia. This degree of Libra, 22 Libra, it summons each of us to awaken from amnesia and blow up the false patterns of relationship. And the amnesia that we need to wake up from is that we've forgotten that we're made of love. We've forgotten that we have a burning light within us, an illumination within us. And instead of following that light of love, we have fallen for the illusion that we're here to keep everything going the way it already is, rather than light up, rather than shine like a beacon, and live our lives in the service of what we cherish. There's a real strong yearning in the sign of Libra to live what you cherish, to base your life on what makes you come alive fully, what you can't wait to merge with. And when you awaken from that amnesia that has taken over the world, what I call dismantling the machinery of self-negation, you uncover the sweetness of life. And this machinery of self-negation has settled into our species like a trance state, a trance of normalcy, where it's very easy to forget that you are made of light, you're made of love, that you have the whole cosmos in you, that there's something bright and beautiful that wants to be expressed from you. And if you connect with that part of yourself, you go a long way toward establishing authentic selfhood, which is the main piece needed in order to really create authentic camaraderie. Because overcoming the false self, it restores that deep longing, that deep passion in childhood to just be so alive and connect. We started to go in that direction in the 1960s when we had the revelation that sponsored the revolution, that all you need is love. And since then, we've gotten largely dominated by forces of coercion and control that cow the bright spirit, that intimidate us into forgetting that we're God, to forgetting that we are enormous forces of creativity. As we learn to emerge from amnesia and remember on a deep level that we're made of love, we're made of light, you're here to do something unique and remarkable. You're here to follow your truth. You're here to live your joy. You're here to care about the things that really matter. now you start to create an opening and an invitation for others to join in on various levels. And Libra rules the field of two, the meeting grounds of where two come together. As we handle the Libra karma that is in the tail of the dragon now, we automatically gravitate more towards the other side at the dragon's head, which is Aries during the coming months and right now. And Aries is the bright, clear path to the future, where we reestablish the simple, direct path of freedom that can open a lot of closed doors. Do we have any questions, Marcel? Is there anything you want to add? No, I guess there's no questions or nothing to add. So let's move forward in the spirit of dismantling the machinery of self-negation. When we do that, we uncover the sweetness of life. And in one way or another, through my books, my songs, my podcasts, and my new book, The Ruby Heart of the Dragon, Sun Signs for Our Times, is flying its way through the world and is available. Thanks to so many of you who have been buying my book and writing me letters and posting endorsements on Amazon.com. Thank you for buying the book, and thank you for following me. Thank Marcella for setting up these live streams. And I send a lot of love to all of you through the eclipse time, through the final marches of Pluto through Capricorn toward Aquarius. And take care, everyone, till we meet again. Oh, you're muted.
Oops. Well, thank you so much, Mark. I just wanted to come weave in. I was actually handling something, so I wasn't able to pop on when you were calling my name, but we were getting some love from New Zealand out there. And I think this new moon eclipse feels really powerful with all the context that's surrounding it out in the world. And yeah, just again, want to thank you for weaving in your perspective, and thanks for everyone for joining us. For the next